Alright guys, Griff here, and if you play solo in Rainbow Six Extraction, these are the best operators to use. I'm going to show you two operators who are incredibly underrated, as well as what tactics to use to get the most out of them. We're going to start with the guy to pick if you want the absolute tankiest, hardest to kill operator, and that's Rook. Rook carries armor plates, and the first reason these are good is because, of course, they give you damage resistance. 20% by default, and on just level 4 you can have 30% damage resistance. Max out your Rook and take him to level 10 and that increases to 40, doubling the default damage resistance. So if you would ordinarily take, say, 100 points of damage, you will only take 60 with Rook. He's got the biggest health bar in the game, which means you're going to be able to take more shots before going down. But the second reason Rook is great for solo play is that when you're wearing an armor plate, you won't die. You will always go to a down but not out state when your health depletes. I know this is gameplay from co-op, but you get the idea. From here, you can use a revive kit to pick yourself up and just keep on moving. Make sure to pack a revive kit in your gear slot. As for explosives, I like paralysis grenades, since they can stun high level enemies instantly and then you can just take them down in one go. The ability for Rook to come back from near death is crucial during solo play because there's going to be no one else to help you off the floor and carry you to the extraction. Rook also has an armor plate applied by default, so you don't have to source them from your box at the start of the mission, and VIPs are always armored too, so they'll die less. This gives you confidence during VIP missions. What's great also is that you can refill your armor plates from ability boxes, so you'll always have an armor plate on hand to tank loads of damage as well as come back from the brink of death. So that's the first operator I recommend, which is Rook. The next one I really like is Vigil. Vigil is the best operator for stealth play, and that's for the simple reason that he can turn invisible. Your invisibility is so strong you can even shoot enemies, go invisible, and then they won't know where you are. After all, enemies only get alerted when they see you. On level 1, his special ability renders him undetectable for 10 seconds, meaning that if an encounter isn't going your way, you can simply disappear, which is a luxury shared by no other operator. So disengage, run away, and live to fight another day. That rhymed. On level 7, this extends to 15 seconds with a cooldown of 15 seconds. So basically you can turn invisible every 15 seconds, which is amazing. Vigil's ability also has offensive uses too. I know this is footage from co-op mode again, but this is just to give you an example of Vigil's ability. For instance, you can perform takedowns much easier when you're invisible. Being able to do takedowns like this frees up space in your inventory that might otherwise be taken up by stun grenades, which are what I primarily use to do takedowns. So you can put something else in there like a claymore. I do love claymores, especially since they don't do any damage to you. Just litter the ground with claymores. In your gear slot, I recommend either the auto scanning drone, as it cuts out a lot of work knowing exactly where the objective is, or the healing kits. That's because one thing to remember is if you end the level with low health, you won't be able to use that operator for a period of time. So if you heal up before the end of the level, you can use your operator more frequently. I mean, Doc is able to heal you during co-op, as you can see here, but in solo the only way to heal on the spot is using a healing kit. And this isn't a solo play thing, but a cool thing I like about Vigil is that on level 10, his ability actually cloaks teammates, so the whole team can enjoy the benefits of invisibility. It even cloaks VIPs, letting both the VIP and the escorter get to the extraction completely undetected. And again, okay, nice. Now, Vigil and Rook are the two operators I've been using recently and the two I really like, but what about the more specific tips about what operator to choose depending on what objective you're doing? The way the game is designed, it actually tells you what objectives you're going to be doing before you pick your operator, which is intentional, and it means you can choose the right operator for the job. If you've got a control objective, or in other words, an objective where you have to hold down a zone for a period of time, I recommend Jaeger and his active defense. These these little laser turrets automatically zap any enemy encroaching and kill them. It's very satisfying. Combined with field walls in your gear slots, and no one is getting into that zone. If it's destroying a Baron nests you're doing, then try Hibana. Since she's got nitro cells, which are very good for this job, plant the nitro cells next to a Baron nests, then you can take out the nests all at once rather than hunting them down one by one. This was a really poor example to tell you the truth, but the idea is that you plant your nitro cells before everyone gets alerted, before they get alerted. Very crucial. In terms of operator specific weapons, the best weapons in the game are, in my opinion, the LMGs. Not only are they super damaging, but they also have absolutely massive clips, the biggest in the game. So you can fire for ages before having to reload. Take the suppressors off and you can nearly double your damage. Things just seem to burst. The operators with LMGs are Ella and Thinker, so give them a try and see if the LMGs are enough to make these operators your go-to. But of course, if you've got any more tips about what operators excel in what scenarios, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear them. And there we go guys, just a quick guide to the operators I recommend when you're playing solo in Rainbow Six Extraction. I really like solo mode and I tend to do the most progress here while dying the least, and that's mainly because it's generally easier, since it's built to challenge one person rather than 3. So for instance, you'll have 5 Baron nests to take down instead of 15, or during serial scans the timer goes up faster and there are less vines to take out during VIP rescues, things like that. As well as all that, you can keep all the medikits and ammo boxes for yourself, which can result in ridiculous numbers of equipment. Look here, I've got 22 grenades. So yes, solo mode is a great way to make progress in the game, and it gives you space to do your studies, which are also a huge source of XP. So to sum up, if you want to maximize your chances in solo mode, the 2 main operators I suggest going with are Rook for his huge health bar and ability to revive himself endlessly, and Vigil with his ability to disappear instantly from any engagement. Give those 2 a go and see what you think. I'm gonna do a Vigil myself and disappear right now, but not before I ask you to kindly subscribe to my channel, and if you enjoyed the video and want to see more guides for Rainbow Six Extraction, then make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching and goodbye.